Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeons and Dragons.
I, yeah.
Do we Dungeons and Dragons? That's what we're here for, right? I'm pretty sure that's what we're here for. Last we had left off, our wonderful little party of adventurers had. Oh, I'm so sorry. um, had a little bit of a revelation, and they kind of discovered that some of the council members had been killed. After they had been killed, some of them had been replaced by these so-called doppelgangers, having made their way to this small ruin that seemed to have been filled with these strange demonic energies. They had acquired a bit of a shard, some pistols, and one party member had, well, essentially been killed, but then prevented from dying on the road back to Ashfell. Um, they had met with what remained of the council and had a very short discussion in what manners they would attend to the rest of the city now that they've gotten a chance to kind of uh not necessarily voluntarily, but the rest of the council that had been replaced as doppelgangers had just decided that it was probably a good idea for them to just leave. And so they did. And now they're left with four council members who are essentially there to pick up the pieces. But the party kind of went about their own ways, went to speak to Alkan, and during the process discovered that as one of them pulled out the shard, which was the strange little purple shard that they had found within the bag of holding, upon one of the doppelgangers, they seem to have been very much attracted to the book that Alkan was wearing. After some very intense fighting against the two items, you guys managed to make sure they didn't connect, which is good. The shard is now firmly within, if I remember correctly, Simon's bag of holding, and the book is still within Alkan's grasp. As this event kind of concluded, you've seen essentially a large amount of the student body that was around kind of just avoided your general area because there seemed to have been something strange going on. But I believe that is where we had left off. But yeah. Oh, Alcon did
We were.
also. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think we left off when we were starting our long rest.
That we did. Right. You guys had kind of left off on your own, and Alcon did mention that she had some method of kind of tracing the origins of the book of which you guys had, of which, with Trim Deepward's help, the professor on demonology, she managed to kind of devise, and was hoping that all of you would accompany her. But that's a problem for the day after, and for now, as all of you begin your rest proper, you begin to actually level up. For those of you who haven't kind of done whatever it is that you're supposed to on your character sheets, feel free to do so. You are all now, I believe, level 3. Was it 3? I'm
Yes,
pretty sure
sir.
it's 3.
Yes, 3. Yep, 'cause I think
Yes.
everyone except for me got their subclass.
Now, question. Uh you guys had all been staying together in the rooms that Alcon had provided, correct?
Ye. I
Because
think
the
so.
Yep.
council, yes, the council has further subsidized that, so Alcon doesn't even have to pay for it. Uh How many rooms did you guys have?
I think 3.
Right, it was 3 separate
'Cause it
rooms.
was me and
You're two
John.
two per room.
Yep. Hey, I know it was me and John, and then it was supposed to be, as far as I remembered, Simon and Neve. But then Simon stayed with the girls, so Neve got his own room.
Is
That
that to
is
be
what happened the last time.
is that still to
Yes.
be the case?
Think so. I was happy with my roommates.
Alright. Then, as all of you kind of drift off into sleep, feeling yourselves getting a little bit stronger, we are actually going to start with Neve in his room alone. Neve, give me one moment to change the music. Neve, as you rest.
Internet back. I'm gonna make a call real quick. Be right back.
Yeah, for sure. Neve, are you here?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. As we find you within your room, how's he feeling as he's trying to get to sleep on his own?
Well, he's been nearly murdered twice today, so I'm gonna say he's feeling pretty beat up.
Yeah, and this kind of wave of exhaustion filters throughout the entirety of your body, and your hand can't help but kind of go towards the wound that you had acquired on your neck, uh, that essentially would have ended your life, save for the pieces of seaweed that kind of now wrap around your neck, almost in a bit of a choker manner. And as you try and kind of pry some pieces of it off, a bit of it does fall off, but not all of it. And you now see this black band, almost like a tattoo, that seems to be like a thin black band that goes around the entirety of your neck as you unwrap this kind of bandage around the wound that you would have sustained. The wound itself is no longer present. You don't even see any traces of it. There's no scarring. There's no real evidence that it even ever existed. But as you kind of like touch this band, you can feel the coldness of the ocean. You can feel almost like a breath on the back of your neck.
I'll
It's
take it. This is part of our bargain.
Always, my dear Neve, you are ours. Can't be losing you to a stray bullet. You have so much to do. So very much. The shard. It's still not in our hands. Why?
You did. Hmm. You didn't mention what would happen.
Give me an insight check.
Oof.
As you're kind of thinking about it, you just hear the voice almost tauntingly, like mocking. There are always occurrences outside of prediction. We thought it was more fun, but you still failed. Disappointing, Neve. Disappointing. And you feel just at the back of your throat, almost as if you had swallowed a mouthful of salt water. Just this ache. It's uncomfortable, but well, it's better than having a hole blown into your neck. You settle into an uneasy sleep, but give me a Constitution saving throw. Ooh. Your rest is not as restful as you would probably hope it to be. You gain a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
However, you do still level up, but you do not actually get the benefits of a long rest. So I think you would actually remove some of those points. Yeah. So
Yep.
you could still use short rest stuff. Oh, actually, you don't have any hit dice, do you?
No, I would be empty now.
I'll be nice. You could roll one of your hit dice.
Okay.
You would gain that much back as health. And you would still get your spell slots, I believe, as a warlock. But the rest of the evening passes by without so much as a whisper from them. However, you can't help but feel like you've got this manacle around your neck now. In the next room, Giancarlo completely, absolutely passed out. And kind of standing just off to the side, Libra, you could feel this almost strangeness within yourself. How's he feeling?
I It's definitely strange. If he is, well, not if he is definitely trying to sleep, but it's more of a fitful night's rest than a calm, normal one that he would usually have.
Mm-hmm. Libra, where does he usually cut himself when he uses his blood right?
It is usually just kind of, honestly, wherever he can find a place, so probably everywhere, whatever's available at the time.
Give me
Mostly probably like the hand.
a, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. You distinctively remember the first place you were cut, because you weren't the one who cut yourself. On the back of your left hand, the scar still runs quite deep, and sometimes you use it maybe out of a force of habit, but kind of glancing at the back of your left hand, or wait, sorry, is he left-handed or right-handed?
He is right-handed.
Okay, yeah, the back of your left hand. You see this kind of mass of muscle tissue, or sorry, scar tissue that is built up over time. And as you flex your fingers, just used to the pain, you distinctively see markings, ones that you had never noticed before. Maybe that first cut got rid of most of it. But you see the top of maybe a letter underneath all of your scarring. Or some sort of square, you're not entirely sure. But before you really have time to really ponder it, your vision blurs. And as you sit up, trying to get a hold of yourself, you can't help but tense. Libra, what happens?
This might be a little bit more eventful if the man who was in the room with me was here at the time. But
Indeed.
for posterity's sake, it probably doesn't alert anyone else until the screams of pain start probably leaving his room and entering other people's rooms. As in his own room, the only sound that at the very start would be heard would just be a very loud, almost snap or crack, as bones in his body will start to break, um, and then kind of like hastily reform multiple times.
Yeah. So, everybody else in the adjacent rooms, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Would
Neve, you
I
would.
need to make one?
You would not be at disadvantage.
Yeah, because I'm technically
Perception
trans, right? So.
Yeah.
Would I be at disadvantage?
Oh,
Oh.
also, yeah, you were also technically in a trance of some sort as well, so you could also give it to me flat.
This is getting
Are
out of
we
hand. There are
saying
two of us.
Wait, are we in a trance? Why are you in a trance? Because
Well,
you're
that's
an
their
elf?
normal
'Cause-
sleep pattern. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I
you're
mean, so
also an
is
elf,
Rune
aren't you?
and Neve.
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
my
Rune and
god.
Yeah,
Neve are
we're
both
Well,
actually
elves
having a
as well.
slumber party.
Neve
Yeah,
has
the
disadvantage because he's exhausted.
Yeah.
The three of us are in that room, like in a triangle formation, invoking the Illuminati, and then
Yeah, all
Yeah.
three of
But
you
all-
are
we're all
actually
just
just
like
holding
meditating.
hands and just like meditating with each other. It's a beautiful little
Let's just put it
circle.
this way:
Um,
the only humans here are me and John.
who are also in the same room, and John definitely noticed. However,
Oh yeah,
player
for
not here,
sure.
therefore still asleep.
Yep.
The three of you hear what sounds like bones cracking in the room next door.
I like I kind of like look up, like move the faith wherever like I hear that, and then I'll
Yeah.
just say,
With the
I'm
20
not.
perception check, I'll say that for this moment, the walls are actually relatively thin. And for a brief flash, your kind of pseudo life vision changes the form that appears to be Libra in the other room.
Something's going on in Libra, and I'll start standing up, Libra and Giancarlo's room, and I'll just kind of like stumble up, probably like grab my quarterstaff and just like kind of like slowly make my way like through the room.
At this point, a scream of pain racks out across the entirety of the upper floors of this hotel as you hear it come directly from Libra's mouth. Or from what you can only assume to be Libra's mouth. But it almost sounds guttural, primal, even.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what the other two are doing, but I am making my way to their door.
Yeah, I'm not going slowly. I will jump into action.
Okay.
I think someone's
Rune is probably gonna take up the rear, considering, you know, the range kind of thing.
Are you
Um,
trying to break down the door, Simon? Because
Is it
it is
locked?
locked. Yeah.
Libra and John are
Hmm.
very
this is
cautious
quite a
individuals.
pickle.
I have thieves' tools. I'll pick it.
Yeah, sure. Give me
Okay.
a Thieves' Tools check. 21. Yeah, without a moment's notice, you kind of kneel down instantly. Click, click, click. The
It's my
lock
finger.
clicks
Beep,
open,
beep, beep.
and you just kick the door open as it flies inwards. What do they see, Libra? As you were nearing the end of it.
Yeah. It would probably be at this point, if, like you said, it's nearing the end, less grotesque of a scene than for sure what Giancarlo would have seen if he were here. But it is definitely more than whatever this thing on the ground is currently covered or starting to be covered in fur completely. It seems to have grown about, let me see here again, about like 5 inches.
Yeah.
With all the bones being reset and everything. Um, a lot of blood, lot of blood everywhere. Mostly on the ground where he is, but lot of blood.
You see
And
just the slick black fur that seems to be covering the entirety of the back of this creature. Most of it is covered in some sort of blood. And honestly, as you look to the side, you just see Giancarlo currently mouth open, splashed with blood all over his face. It's a sight. Finish your thought, Libra.
I would say the one distinct feature of Libra being his one golden eye, as opposed to obviously having the different colored eyes, is that both eyes of this creature are currently golden.
you see in front of you what you can only assume to be an Arcana or Nature check.
You mean make an
Scrolling
Arcana or
all
a
of
naked
them?
nature check?
Yes.
Damn, that's
The
crazy. It
the
might be an
DC
Arcana, fellas.
is relatively low.
It might be a nature.
Hey, it might be.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Though it's difficult to tell as you have no visual indication, Esther, you do still kind of vaguely are aware of the creature in front of you and how they're kind of like, from the sounds of the transformation and from little bits of descriptions here and there, both you, Simon, and Esther realize that this is very much a werewolf, or at the very least, some variation of it. Because looking down, give me an insight check, both of you, all three of you, actually. Rune, it's big wolf, half man. Probably you've heard of werewolves, so you can
Oh.
only assume it's a werewolf, but you don't
But
really
only in
know.
books. But
Yeah,
only in
exactly.
books.
Well, you've technically
Um,
seen a lichen already. Oh my god!
hey,
Look who
Hello?
it is.
Join.
Giancarlo
my
grabbed
God,
the
he's
tranquilizer.
alive.
Oh my god.
Barely, yes.
You missed the best part.
You
Shit.
really did. You
Grab the
really
tranquilizer.
did.
No,
Don't
he was
ask questions.
there.
Well, we're going back
Oh,
in
no.
time.
No!
Well,
I
you know
mean,
what?
we can't.
It's fine. No,
We
well,
can.
yeah, we're gonna rewind a little bit because Giancarlo has shown up.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
You're
okay.
good.
But essentially, what had happened is that all of you began your rest. Neves wasn't very restful, but as it kind of moved to Libra, Giancarlo, you had heard the cracking of bones. Actually, give me a perception check with disadvantage because you were asleep.
You got it. Um,
The DC is
I will
10.
really laugh if you roll a nat 1 and nothing changes.
We just go back to how it was a moment
Yeah,
ago.
that would actually be so fucking funny.
Oh,
Oh,
there
I
you go.
did say the DC
Damn,
was 10,
that's
and you do have
horrible.
disadvantage. So 7. I don't think you could make. Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to make it. The rest of you, I mean, Giancarlo, you're startled awake as the door is kind of like swung open.
All right.
You are, for some reason, your face is covered in this like wet liquid, and it feels rather viscous because as you kind of put your hand up to it, you realize, oh, that's blood.
Oh.
Some of it got in your mouth.
I'll
But
sputter and spit it out.
it doesn't feel like your blood though. Like you have aches and pains from like the beating that you took, but it doesn't feel like you've bled any more than you would have. As you kind of glance up, you see what appears to be a black, almost like furry creature right beside you. Give me a nature or a arcana check.
I'm bad at both of those. Okay.
Hey, that's not bad. You kind of glance over. There is a werewolf in your room. The door has been
drawing taking
busted.
steel, taking my
Yeah.
swords out.
You see the door has been busted down. You see Simon, Rune, and Esther at the door, looking confused. Rune, you realize this is Libra. This is 100% Libra. One, he's wearing the same pants. The actual window to the room itself is still shut, but Simon, Esther, like you can infer that this is probably Libra, but you can't see any trace of humanity in this creature at this moment.
Is he
Listen,
moving or is he just kind
can
of standing there?
What's Libra up to?
Well, I think in this moment, the just instincts kind of associated with this creature and himself of like fight or flight have kicked in, and he absolutely chooses flight and will run towards the window. It is closed. He will just jump through it.
Give me an athletics check.
Sure.
You have
No
advantage.
problem. Oh, beautiful. Let me just go ahead and roll that. That's a 9.
Oh,
They were both
Well.
pretty bad.
Libra
the rest
is still
of you.
controlled by Andrew at the end of the day.
Oh, by the numbers, I'm so sorry. The rest of you watch as he slams into the window. It doesn't even crack.
Like a true dog.
And then he
I
just
jump
falls
out of the
down.
way.
Yeah, no, you jump out of the way. Like you just watch as this like what you can only assume to be a werewolf slam into the window, and then just like fall onto the ground.
I'll scoot back and towards the doorway to just get out of just to get towards the rest of them, and I'll just be like,
Scooby-Doo.
"What the fuck?"
Ooh.
Did it eat Libra?
Rune just kind of winces. Can I tell there's humanity in there?
Oh, absolutely. You can see that
Okay.
at this current moment, it's you know that this is Libra. However, there is something innately within this creature that seems to have at least this moment has taken over him. He doesn't
And you
seem to
said
be himself.
that I saw like something in his like essence shift, right?
Not his actual like soul or anything. You saw
Okay,
the
more as just,
physical
like,
form. Yeah, you saw the
gotcha,
physical
okay.
form of Libra kind of like shift, break, and then reform.
Yeah, I'll like seeing that it's clearly trying to like run and is already at this point slammed into the window. Esther just kind of like glances back and it says, I don't know how to fix this. I've only dealt with this a handful of times, and I wasn't the one to reverse it."
He absolutely tries again, by the way.
Werewolfism?
Yeah, give me
during this
another
time.
athletics check. You have advantage, so.
Sure thing.
I look at
Oh,
like you.
oh, okay.
There we go.
before?
As you guys are kind of like looking back, confused, not entirely sure what to do, hesitant to act, really. You see Libra slam through the actual window itself. The glass shatters. The window itself completely breaks off the actual hinges, and you see him jump off the balcony.
Oh my god.
How
Yo,
high up are we?
You're on the second floor, so it's not that bad. Like maybe 15 feet.
It's fine. I'm resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. As you guys kind of like rush up to the actual window itself, you see this werewolf begin to sprint through the streets of this town.
As he like begins to run after like maybe about 60 feet or so, I doubt it's gonna work because I know that Libra is a beefy boy, but just in hopes that I can god roll here, I'll just throw sleep out. So if you want to roll the fall damage that he would have taken, just
Oh, true. Yeah, let's roll the fall damage. Because it's my
what would it
games,
be?
you
Just
take
be-
additional fall damage, so it's a d8. However,
Sure.
I'll say that because you rolled so high on your athletics check to break through the window, you could give me another acrobatics check to see if you can land
Oh.
without taking any fall damage.
Yeah, sure, no problem,
Ooh.
bud. That's a 9.
Oh.
Okay, that's a 9. You take the full 6, which is reduced to 3.
Oop, that's not what I wanted.
Not all of
Not
your health. You
4.
take 3
Not
damage.
4.
Yeah. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam onto the ground, and as you dash forward, roll me the sleep. What level are you casting it at? First or second?
I only have first levels.
Oh,
I only have
right.
first level. I'm one
What was
cleric,
that,
2 monk.
5d10?
It's
Right.
5d8. So I doubt that
I
it'll
don't think you
mean.
can
I don't think you
reach
can
it. You
reach
can't
it.
reach it.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know what your health bar is. I'm not gonna
42
metagame
right
it.
now.
But
I mean,
Yeah.
I can
No,
cast.
then no.
yeah,
I
no.
mean, if
That's
we're
entirely fair.
chasing after him, I can. Are you gonna try and get any closer to him? I guess we're not. We're standing in a window.
It's a 90
Libra.
foot cast range. So.
Yep.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, sure. I'm so good at those.
The
Ooh.
rest of
The
you
between us,
see
like, remember.
what appears to be like a guard out on the street with like his torchlight held up, and
Oh,
you can
no.
see as he kind of rounds the corner, Libra spots them and like basically tumbles into them. And in that moment, there was just blood everywhere
Ruh-roh,
Oh.
Raggy.
as the
Why doesn't just
flame
as
on the
he's running
torch.
by just
Yeah,
like
the flame on
eviscerates
the
him?
torch,
Like,
like
no.
he's not like he bodied him and then ripped into him.
Oh.
Oh,
As you see the torch
shit.
goes out from the amount of blood that comes out of this guard.
Oh,
There's
As
a
you
chance
see-
he could be alive.
Oh,
Libra
bud.
continues to run down the street.
I mean, I'll just
Well,
the
let's
moment
not
that
kill our
happens.
good friend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think like at this point because I did wait a moment to cast. Like, I don't think we could even catch up. Like, I probably could, but since that I am a monk now, or well, a level 2 monk, but I'm also fucking blind in a city, so I'm going to. How far away is the guard? You said.
The guard, like at this point, it would probably been around the same time you cast sleep. It would have been just after, because your sleep wouldn't have affected the guard.
Yeah. So okay, then yeah, I guess that means that I'll have just enough movement speed for this. Let me actually check what the range on this other spell is. It's healing word is 60 feet, so you think it'd be within range of that?
Yeah. Libra, roll me damage. Roll me 2d10 plus 8.
Oh, nice.
Sure. Sure thing. Oh, not bad.
Okay.
I think that's,
I mean, that's pretty bad for like
I
damage.
mean,
It's
it's
good
pretty
for
bad
him,
for a regular guy, but
Well,
I'm gonna roll for the guard's health.
oh no.
Well,
Oh.
What?
He
Uh-oh.
is.
well,
How is he
maybe it's
even
that. Maybe it's
breathing?
that plus like
Raro
10 or
Reggie.
something, right? Right?
Even then, it would still be too low.
Man.
Well, I mean, he'd be
Oh
unconscious.
man.
As you run
Tiny
up
guy.
to the actual railing, Esther, you see that whatever life force that was within the guard is completely gone.
Well, I like Esther will hold a hand out to almost like basically seeing in that like brief moment as they get like hit and are like falling basically. Like she holds her like hand up to get ready to cast Healing Word, but then obviously like she would see that the light is like quite literally gone the moment they hit the ground, and she almost just like kind of drops her hand, and just kind of sighs as like I assume Libra just keeps running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Rune
He
kind of
always
just shakes her head and
was.
goes, "Do you think I can cure it? I guess I can't cure his wounds. I guess there's no point."
The guard?
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
Oh man.
There's nothing there.
Holy fuck!
Do you think
What?
we can get closer to him and I can try and charm him? I don't know how lucid he is.
I mean,
You got a death wish?
I don't know. He just eviscerated that guard, and I would have gone after him, but
On
I-
account of the fact you're blind.
well, I
He's
mean, I
taking
can.
the-
If I were in a field or on the road, it'd be fine. But we're in the middle of a city.
He's taking this lone wolf thing to a whole new level.
As you guys are talking,
Wow!
you see him disappear into an alley.
Oh man. So how are we gonna do this?
What what are you trying to do?
I mean, we
I
can't
mean,
just
that's
let
our
him.
bud.
Yeah,
Gonna
we can't
come
just let him.
back.
I mean, not
Well,
only.
sure. What is there? Is the moon out right now?
Yeah, both of the moons are out.
Which
One of them is full.
Which one?
Arayo.
Okay. Well, how about when those go away, then we go look. Otherwise, we look like that. And I point at the corpse of the guard.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
very
just
good
saying.
with animals.
I know. I just, I feel bad that he's committing crimes right now, Like, damn.
I mean, what other option do we have?
uh,
We're made of meat like that guy, and we'll get turned into that if we go talk to him.
well, yeah, but shouldn't we keep an eye out on him or something? Like,
Oh, actually,
mean, we
follow
sorry.
can't-
him from a distance with a safety blanket,
Rael is actually not completely full. It is waxing at the moment. So it's like maybe 60-70% full.
Do we hear a ow?
Give me a perception check.
Awooga. Okay. Shall we all roll?
Yeah, feel free.
Oh my god.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's persuasion. Fuck. Okay, but say it was a 20. Say it was a 20 perception.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's okay. You got the 20. I'll
Maybe
respect
the
that approach.
persuasion
Well.
is maybe persuasion is to try and convince Giancarlo that we gotta
I'm better
follow
at
him.
perception.
The
It's
persuasion
24.
isn't a woo back.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, a
But
voice
I mimic
recording.
it. I actually have great programming for a wooing.
Esther, Simon, although you can hear signs of what sounds like a wolf, you are almost entirely certain that it is not the wolf that Libra is. It probably comes from outside of the city.
He
It
hasn't
doesn't
found his voice yet.
it doesn't
No.
seem like Libra is going to at least, not at that moment.
I actually agree with Giancarlo. Not necessarily because I think he'll hurt us, but I think he probably wants to be alone right now.
I mean, are we sure that he was in control of his faculties?
Probably not.
You know,
But
just because
he seemed
your
to freak
friend.
out.
You know, I'm of the mind that paternalism is bad, but if your friend is about to hurt themselves, maybe we should do something about that.
Well, I'm more concerned if he ends up running into another
Simon, you
like
hear a
guard
scream
or
from the distance.
Oh. Okay, well let's wake up Neve and he could be the tiebreaker.
Neve,
Neve's
you
asleep?
definitely are awake now.
After the window and the
Oh, absolutely.
murder.
Yeah.
He's just very tired.
Well,
He
the
was
They're just
murder
having an
having
was
us.
the
extremely
murder
loud
was far away enough
conversation.
that you probably didn't hear it or spot it, but the window smashing,
EP.
absolutely.
Okay, entering, I think, having heard the argument, Neve would say, well, we tried to find him once when he was human. Given how fast he ran, I can't imagine we'd catch up.
well, except that now he's leaving behind blood and bodies.
Yeah, that'll be pretty easy to track. But the problem is if we catch him and he turns us into dog chow, I mean, that's not great.
I'd
I would be
personally rather take the risk than having more people
I
get
mean,
killed
I
by him, and
really, yeah, I mean, I really believe in Esther's sleep magic.
I'm just gonna
I
like
think
step
there's hope.
out and begin to like crawl down the like off the balcony.
Oh man, can't we
I mean, we
just take
Is
can't.
the
there
Can't we just
stairs?
take the stairs?
is there a clear path over the rooftops to get to where he is, or is that just not like a good way to travel?
I would say yeah, sure. Like some of the buildings near here are only like a single story tall and some of them are 2 stories tall. You could climb to the top of your building and jump across to some of the buildings and try and see if you could follow his tracks that way.
Would we
You
have
don't
to roll like acrobatics or something?
Uh, I, if you're trying to do it quickly, absolutely. If you're not trying to do it quickly, you wouldn't have to roll any sort of acrobatics, or like the acrobatics check would be a lot lower. Sorry, yeah, the athletics check would be a lot lower, but there's a much higher chance you lose him. You've already spent a long time talking about it instead of going after him, so
Okay.
Aye.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
think we should
kind
at
of
least
like
clean up his mess. I agree with that at least. Like the people, if any of them have a chance of being alive, we can.
hey Libra, give me another wisdom
Esther's,
saving throw.
Esther's kind of just running along now the like
No
the
problem. Bud.
streets.
Yeah,
You hear
I'll
another
follow
scream
it.
in the distance.
You know,
Oh boy.
I'll follow on foot,
Fuck
taking the
it. All right.
stairs.
Could I talk you
Uh,
into advantage to go over the rooftops because I've done it before, or is that just gonna be whatever it is?
Are you trying to track him over the rooftops, or are you trying to like just get onto the rooftops? Like if you're trying to get onto the rooftops, that's just an athletics check.
Well, yeah, I'll get onto the rooftops and then I want to like quickly make my way over to where we lost him in the alley and then start tracking him from there.
Yeah, I'll say because of the high ground and kind of like kind of what he at the very least what he looks like, and because there's also a trail of blood, I will give you advantage. But first, give me an athletics check
Okay.
to get onto the roof. It's just a DC 10.
You know what? I changed my mind. I will also follow you onto the roof. I realized
You are
that
struggling a little bit to get onto the roof. Like there is no proper strong handholds comparatively to Femdel in this area.
Cool.
So unfortunately, as you try and clamber up to the rooftop, you realize that like there's no safe path to go about it.
There's no like bad masonry and stuff. There's just everything's too fancy and nice.
Everything is actually incredibly well made, unfortunately.
just modern architecture.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Jake,
What's up?
I am like once I hit the ground, it's
Mhm.
gonna be a little funny to imagine, but because I am now a second level monk,
Mhm.
I'm going to use my action and I spend a key point for the first two like effectively rounds of me falling
Mhm.
to double dash, which means that my movement speed is 120.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Libra, what is your movement speed in your hybrid transformation? Is it still just normal 30?
I don't think it increases. Let me just make sure. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I think you just get a bunch of like defensive and strength based stuff.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get
Yes,
movement.
it does not change. So it is just the, base 60.
All right. Give me a luck-based check. Give me a D100. We'll say Esther. Give me a D100. You want higher. You want higher.
Well, not allowed.
Nat 20.
As you do pursue him, even with the speed and kind of swiftness that you get you get to the alley, you go down the entirety of the alley, and you continue to follow some of the traces that you could tell, but unfortunately, because your senses aren't there and no one else is with you, it's difficult to track him. But give me a survival check.
Sure. I think I do still have proficiency in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's because I know I had to give one up for
Yeah, I think it's
my
at the end
new
of your
weapon.
long rest or whatever that you would switch it or something, right? So for now, you definitely still have survival.
Yeah. Survival. There it is. Well,
Ooh.
You've lost the track. You get to the other side of the alley, you see, and you could like kind of like almost smell the wet dog smell, but it just kind of fades at the end of the alley.
yeah. I mean, once there, I'll just like, cause I may be out of key, but I could still at least like dash. I'm just gonna like kind of action dash to just run in a direction that I can go and just try and hope that I can hear something that would lead me there.
Okay. And you're gonna just basically head in the direction of the screams.
Yeah, effectively.
Okay.
Like if I ever hear a scream, I'll basically use my bonus action to do my my astral elf blink just to go like an extra 30 into that direction and then keep moving. But yeah, I mean that'll be
Okay.
it.
The
I
rest of
have I
you
think 3 of those.
watch the person who is
So I have two.
blind jump out the window,
Mhm.
climb down the side of the building, and just run off. Do any of you follow?
I will try. Go-
Okay. Do you want to jump out the window, climb down, or do you want to go down the stairs?
Yeah. You know, if they're gonna take it by roof, I guess I can try and take it by
Well,
ground? Question mark.
Giancarlo wasn't able to get onto the roof, unfortunately. He didn't. He realized
Okay.
that there wasn't any real pathways that would allow him to get up onto the roof safely without wasting a lot of time.
Okay. Is there any reason I believe that I can traverse modern architecture?
It is the exact same as the determination he made.
Well, then, yeah, I'm going down the stairs and I'm just gonna follow on foot and try and track, use my hunterly instincts
Okay.
and track from the ground after taking the stairs, respectfully.
Yeah. You guys don't manage to catch up to Esther, but you could definitely hear her as she runs runs off in a direction after the alley. But give me a survival check. Everybody who's there can
Okay.
make one.
I also have Long Strider. Would I be able to cast it on myself so I
Uh,
go further?
what does Long Strider do?
It's you touch a creature and their speed increases by 10 feet. Is that only good for battle?
No, you could use it here.
I mean, okay, I'll cast Long Strider on myself and then you want me to roll survival?
Yeah.
Ooh,
If
not having a lot of luck.
Giancarlo and Neve wants to, or sorry, if Giancarlo and Simon wants to, they can as well.
I think I am more so focused on seeing if I can find like a blood trail and also at the same time checking to confirm that this guard is absolutely fricked up and
Yeah,
there's
so,
no chance of saving him. And like looking
Simon,
for any other victims.
you could give me a medicine check and then an investigation check. Giancarlo?
Neve knows that.
I'm
Oh,
gonna skip the stairs. I don't really care. I'm gonna beeline straight to follow after Esther. So like I'll just drop from the balcony to the ground and then just bolt.
okay, excellent. Neve?
Neve knows that with Lieber gone, Rune is the next best tracker, so he's just following Rune.
Okay.
Yeah, but Rune's not doing a very good job. Sorry, bud.
Simon, I'll tell you this. As you walk up to the body, you realize that this was like a relatively like young guard. Um, his torso is crushed beyond what a normal person should ever be. There is nothing to save.
Can I like see any like tarps or like anything I can use on the side of the street to just like cover the body? I know it's obviously there, but just out of respect, Simon will.
Yeah, absolutely. You find like a bunch of random like crates and stuff that are nearby, and you'll find like, some linen and stuff under it. You grab some, you toss it over the body. The bottom of it starts soaking with blood, but it's covered.
All right, and then I will continue on my little search for other victims, but I think
Uh,
Simon knows no hope of catching up to
yeah.
to Esther.
With the investigation check, you continue to follow the trail of blood, and you actually have a lot more luck than the rest of them do. But hey, Libra, give me a stealth check.
Don't worry, bud. I'm so good at those. Oh, that should not have been a disadvantage, but that's fine.
All of you except for Neve actually managed to find him.
Oof.
Give me another wisdom saving throw, Libra.
Sure.
I will say,
Oh,
as I
okay.
approach, I am gonna have in one hand, I will have my 'cause I didn't say I took my sword. I'll just have my quarterstaff, and in my other hand, I'm gonna have that powdered silver, just like ready to pocket Sandon's ass with it.
Mhm.
Pocket sand. Oh my god.
You so Giancarlo and uh yeah, actually all of you essentially. So Giancarlo and Esther, you guys will get there first, but the two of you find him at the end of an alley, currently like essentially covered in blood and just like hunched over, but it looks like he's actually gone back to his normal form. He is taller. You can see that his hair is significantly longer and shaggier, but there seems to be like some other physical changes as well. But at this current moment, he doesn't appear to be fully in the other form. However, there is a lot of new blood that seems to be covering both his hands and his arms. Libra,
Yeah.
you come to, the red fading from your eyes. Whatever adrenaline, fear, or whatever that had been coursing through your system has now mostly faded. You remember everything. the scared faces of the 4 people you went through.
Yeah, I think that he doesn't say anything out loud as multiple thoughts just kind of circle around in his head. He just kind of stays there, almost absent-mindedly staring at all of the blood covering his body currently.
Libra.
Hey, you doing all right, buddy?
He doesn't seem to at all acknowledge that you are there.
Okay. I'll like look over at Esther to see what her reaction to this is.
What's Esther's reaction?
Well, I can't really see like exactly where he's looking or even like a lot of the changes that have happened to him. So like I'm more just kind of like slowly approaching. I still have like my offhand, like my right hand kind of behind my or under my robe with the powdered silver just in case. But I'll just kind of like get slowly closer and closer. With like at this point I'll probably set my quarterstaff down, or maybe like I'll probably toss it in the direction of Giancarlo and just kind of like hold a hand out to Libra.
Guess I'll catch it.
You do see this, Libra. Just off to the side.
It is almost reminiscent to the people who have kind of seen him almost go catatonic multiple times, where like he is there and is observing things, but is just kind of also not present at the same time.
Ugh.
Yeah, if like he doesn't react as I get closer, I'll like put a like kind of gently put a hand on his shoulder and just kind of like pull on him to stand. I know he's, I guess, now physically much larger, so that might be a bit rough, but
Rough.
well, no.
There's definitely no resistance. Like he's just kind of allowing movements and things to happen to him.
Yeah, I'll kind of just slowly lead him like back towards where Giancarlo is, and
Yeah.
because obviously Esther has no fucking clue how to get back to the tavern
As
now.
you kind of pull him towards Giancarlo, you can see that his face is blank. But as he gets pulled forward, the rest of you join as Simon, Neve, Rune, the 3 of you see Libra. Shirt completely ripped to shreds, arms covered in what you can only assume to be someone else's blood.
Any other torsos? Or
You had
body parts?
found 3 other bodies on your way towards here.
We'll pass the point of saving, I guess.
Roll me 3 wisdom saving throws, Libra.
Sure.
You probably want them high.
Yeah, for sure. 1, 2, 3.
All 3 of them were actually still alive. One of them had a badly broken arm. Another one had a horribly screwed up leg. But the third one, just some bruises.
All right, I will heal all of them with cure wounds.
You see.
Do you want me to-
Oh no, you don't have to roll for it. They don't have enough
Yeah.
hit points for this to,
Yeah, I just will.
Yeah, you managed to mend the arm of the first person, the leg of the second person, and just kind of basically help up the last person who was just really scared. And they just
Or maybe I won't cure wounds them. They can deal with a few bruises, but I will be like,
yeah. The first 2 you can cure, but the last one doesn't really need it, so you just kind of help them up and he
yeah. I'll be
runs
like,
off.
oh wow, that was strange. And walk away.
Give me a persuasion
That's
check.
crazy.
Give me a persuasion check.
Man, that was
That's
wild.
crazy. That
Did you
was
see that?
Just this regular.
Man, it sure is
nighttime
sure
stuff.
is crazy.
I'm
that
bad
you,
with
like,
people.
fell
What can I
over like that.
say?
You see the last
Uh-oh.
guy kind of run off, almost on the verge of screaming, but they didn't seem very happy. You
I'm
helped
not
them
a good
up, and then they were like,
therapist.
"Oh nope, bye," and they just fucking ran off, basically. But you eventually do find Libra.
Does Libra look injured?
No, actually, he looks probably better than he did yesterday.
Well, that's a relief. Yeah, Rune is not gonna say anything yet. She just doesn't know this person that she's like, I don't know what to say to him. Last time I gave him a crazy pep talk, he thought I was crazy.
I'm not sure he's here for you to pep talk.
Yeah, can we just clean him up? He's a little messy right now. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, let's just get him back to the inn and maybe ask for you guys to get a different room on account that you might catch a cold with a broken window.
The most serious side eye I think that Giancarlo's ever given anyone. He just looks over seriously.
Well, we don't want it to be worse.
You guys make
Whatever,
your
I
way-
guess.
You guys make your way back to the inn with relative little issues, and you get a new room, which is on the other side of the others. Yeah.
Can I try and patch up the window as best I can?
Do you have mending?
Yeah, I'm mending.
Oh, if you have mending, absolutely. Give me a spellcasting check with your intelligence. So just a d20 plus your intelligence plus proficiency.
Is there a button for that?
I think you could just go with an intelligence saving throw as a
Yeah, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat real quick, but Libra
No. Oh yeah, you're right.
does not sleep that night. And
That is entirely
I'll
fair.
sleep
Give me a
with that
con
for
save.
now.
Give me a con save before you go.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
You don't suffer a level exhaustion, but you don't,
Beautiful.
recover any hit points. All
All
right.
right, I'll be right
All
back.
right.
I also have wood carver's tools if any wood needs carving.
Honestly, Simon, you fix up the window as if there was no damage. It takes you a solid almost hour, but you get it done.
Okay, I don't need to sleep.
The
Yeah,
rest of the
once
blood within the room is relatively easily cleaned up as well, especially because it's, you know, Libra's and not someone else's.
When
once
we were
get
heading back with Libra, like, does the blood trail very obviously lead back to the tavern?
It doesn't seem like it, no. Because the blood trail begins with the evisceration of the first guy.
Okay, then we're fine.
Yeah, it's chill.
Yeah, it's chill. They
Um,
don't have CCTV.
Jesus. I'll stay with Libra, like, one, to make him feel more comfortable that someone's there with him, and two, to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that he just sits on the bed in the same room that you guys had kind of been in, and while Simon's patching things up, you see he doesn't really move. He doesn't. It almost seems like he's almost like frozen, except for the various like few times that he blinks. Give me a perception
yeah,
check. Just use
once we're
Giancarlo.
back at the tavern, I'm going to, because I'll probably have to go and do like
Wow.
another trance. I'll hand Giancarlo the powdered silver, and basically just kind of like obviously out of earshot of Libra to speak. While you're watching him, if he does anything again, try this. I would assume it works on him, given shape changes and all.
Oh, sure. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you get a small bag of powdered silver, but
I yeah. I'll magically tinker the window to like or the windowsill to like slightly emit the sound of the ocean as a calming meditation space before I leave the room.
Oh no.
sure, absolutely.
Dear God.
There is the sound of the waves. You guys are actually relatively close to the coast, so there already is the sound of the waves in the mild distance, but it's a little bit more soothing and kind of present within the room itself. And honestly, Giancarlo, give me a con save.
Oh boy. That's
don't-
not horrible.
Yeah, you don't fall asleep and you manage to kind of keep an eye on him. Do you want to rest that night, or are you just going to take a look at him the entire night?
And he just seems pretty much like awake but catatonic.
Yeah, essentially.
Um, let me just hold on.
We'll ask. How many hours into the night did this all happen?
I'll trust him. I'll fall asleep.
Honestly, this is probably not that late into the night. It's like midnight, maybe 1 a.m.
Okay.
I'll rest. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And in the morning, when you do wake up, Giancarlo, you can see that Libra has not moved a single muscle. Exact same spot he was in on the side of the bed, just kind of like slightly leaning against the wall, but just looking down at his hands.
Yikes.
Which I'm assuming you guys had cleaned him up a little bit.
I would
Anyone
hope
have
so.
prestidigitation? Anyone at all?
Nope. But I have a wet cloth.
There is a communal bathroom, which you guys can use.
Okay. Yeah. 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 There's no hoses out back to hose him off, so yeah, that we'll have to make do.
To be fair, the hotel doesn't seem to have that many other people staying in it, as far as you're aware. And the communal bathroom that you guys have for your kind of like few rooms, it's the same ones as you and your companions would be using. But as you kind of like wash off the blood and various different things and help him with it, he seems to be like present enough to help himself clean himself off, but not really present enough to like make any sort of conversation or anything. But give me another perception check as you bring him back to the room.
Everyone?
Oh, just Giancarlo, because he's the one who's helping
Okay.
him. You see that there is some lettering on the back of his left hand.
Unless he stops me, I'm reading it.
Yeah. Well, he's not here. He's catatonic.
Yeah.
You can read it. As you're like very casually glancing at it, you have this horrifying moment as you see EX7W3.
Ah.
Well,
Okay. It's not EX17W3, just EX7W3.
EX7W3.
Okay. He doesn't say anything to Libra, but he'll just get him back to the room.
Yeah. You also see that the majority of his scars, they're gone. Whatever scar tissue that was present, healed over with new skin.
Fucking yikes, man. All right.
But all of you wake up the morning after. Those of you who managed to get a long rest in, you got a long rest in.
yippee.
Yay!
Well, since we are able to get a long rest, I am going to change some spells out. And
for sure.
Jake, I don't know how you would rule this. For the ceremony spell, would you say that it's kind of like command in that the player casting ceremony could like come up with, I guess, their own ceremony, or would you just say that it's like strictly limited to the like handful that it has listed?
I would say that you can come up with a ceremony if it's within reason.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think I'd try. Like, I've never gotten to use it, and I still have the powdered silvers. And
Yeah.
given
sure.
everything
Like,
that's happened here, she'd probably at least give the
it,
old college try.
I would say that you are more than welcome to cast ceremony and do all of those things. I would just say that if you're trying something like more impressive than what the spell normally has, you would probably have to upcast it and increase the cost.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no. In the morning, then, as like we all kind of reconvene, I would assume that the rest of us are probably like in a separate room.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Libra, you're back, right?
Yes, sir.
Libra. Yes, sir. Okay, welcome back. Give me a perception check.
Is it hearing or smell based?
It is not.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah, Giancarlo actually helps you kind of clean up in the sinks in the bathroom, gets all the blood off of you, and you realize that a lot of your scarring has kind of disappeared. It almost feels like you've got this new skin over your entire body. But I'll leave with you, as it were. Eventually, yeah, all of you kind of meet up wherever it is that you want, either in a different room or downstairs in the lounge without the bartender nearby. It's up to you.
Yeah. I mean, as we're like kind of sat there, like, because obviously preparing spells takes like a moment depending on whatever it is you're doing, and so like Esther's probably been like praying for a bit before eventually kind of straightens up a bit and just says, I have a couple of spells I'd like to, at the very least, try on Libra.
You
That-
sure that's the best idea?
I mean, one is not really going to do much to him. It's more just going to be a detection type spell to simply see if I'm able to see what's going on. The other, I don't actually know if it would even do anything, but I don't know. I don't expect it to do much. As mentioned, I may be a priestess, but I'm not, a powerful one on the magic side of things. So I don't expect that it'll do much, but I'd like to at least maybe try and, I guess, clear his mind, like make him not catatonic.
Worth a try.
Hey
We
Jake,
know something
how
like this has happened before.
Sorry, could you repeat that, Neve?
That was a. I'll let Anthony go first because I think he has a question for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
How familiar am I with like werewolf mythology? Like, do I know? Like, I obviously I know that they exist, but
Mhm.
do I know anything else past that or no?
Give me give me an Arcana or Nature check. Yeah, I will say
Oh,
that
those
the
are so great.
basic. Never mind. You
No.
know about werewolves; they exist. You know a little bit. You know enough about shape changers that you know that the majority of them are at the very least somewhat weak to silver, to the point where it'll either injure them normally or it'll do extra damage to them depending on how it is. You know that a werewolf is a type of shape changer. However, typically this is passed on through a curse.
Hmm.
You're not sure how Libra got this curse because you've gone through full moons with him around you. You guys have been on the road
Yeah, I
for
was gonna
weeks. You would
say.
have known. And unless he somehow got bitten by a werewolf in the few moments where he hasn't been with the group, there shouldn't have been a way for him to contract this.
Have I ever seen the back of his hand before, or is this the first time ever seeing that?
Every time you've seen the back of his hand before, it's always been scarred up. Like there's been these massive scars that kind of danced across the entirety of his body. And
I see.
now, as you're kind of looking at him, the majority of them are gone. Like he looks almost like he has a fresh layer of skin that he just regenerated.
Okay.
So do we know if something like this has happened before? Because I would have thought dealing with the shape changers, it would have affected him.
Yeah, he did handle the silver, right? So I feel like if when we were testing that something would have happened on his end, so it had to have been either something that came about in between then and now, or I guess for lack of a better term, just manifested or activated now. Like I said, in all my years of being a priestess, like I mean, I've heard of and encountered individuals who are Jake, would I know that it's called like lycanthropy, or would we just have like a different name for it?
You absolutely would know it's lycanthropy.
Okay. Like we've had at my old temple, we've had people come by who were inflicted with lycanthropy, but I I was never the one to cleanse that. Like I honestly I kind of doubt that that's something I could even do, but I I don't know.
Well, and Libra's still just kind of sitting staring into space, right?
Is
Yep.
he? Yep.
Does he seem like he's like can listen and understand to us, or is he dead to the world?
Both?
Here. If we just want to kind of sit around for about an hour or so, I can try and cast this first spell to see if maybe I can, at the very least, like kind of free his mind a little bit, make him not. I kind of like motion to wherever he's at, like that.
I mean, go for
Like,
it, I guess.
at least then we could maybe, if he knows anything, he'd obviously be able to convey as much. But yeah, I'll kind of like get up. I'll kind of like sit down a few feet in front of Libra. I'll pull out one of the bags of powdered silver I have, kind of like pour it out onto the floor. And I think it takes an hour to cast. Naturally, yeah, it's a ritual, so it'd take an hour and 10 minutes because I'm going to cast it as a ritual.
Right. And you're casting ceremony?
I think that's how. Yes.
And what specifically are you trying to do?
So I'm going to basically, I'll put it in chat here, but for all intents and purposes, I'm going to basically try and do something similar to, which really quick, because I'm not too familiar. If I cast this as a ritual, it doesn't consume a spell slot, right? For a cleric?
You do not consume a spell slot, yes.
Okay. So yeah. I'm for all intents and purposes, I'm basically going to do something similar to atonement, only instead of obviously affecting his alignment, I'm basically just trying to, I guess, touch his mind to, I guess, get him out of this like almost shock-ridden or PTSD-like state.
Okay. I will say that the DC insight check becomes a 15, but at the end of
Okay.
the hour, you could certainly do that. Yeah, the end of the hour and 10 minutes. Is there anything else that anybody else would want to do during this hour and 15 minutes? Or hour and 10 minutes?
Do I know if there's a library nearby?
Absolutely. It's Asheville. It's one of the largest cities in the Everglades. So yeah, there's tons of libraries in Asheville.
If this is going to take an hour and 10 minutes, and I think Simon has never actually probably read much on the subject of werewolves.
Mhm.
Can Simon go on a little reading trip? See if he can
Absolutely.
learn
I'd say
while this is happening.
You can give me an investigation check. And if you roll high enough with that investigation check, I will give you advantage on a nature or arcana check of your choice.
I did it.
Absolutely. You have advantage on either of the ones that you choose to do.
Oh,
Advantage.
oh
You
God.
have advantage.
Oh, yay! We did
Okay,
it.
25 is a good DC.
I went to go
Give me
read
a-
books.
You could also give me a perception check as you're leaving. Okay.
Not very percept.
You get to the library, you kind of flip through a bunch of books, and you manage to find quite a few that kind of detail a lot of information specifically in regards to werewolves. It tells you that they are ferociously strong, that they are vulnerable to silver, like many, many of the different creatures that are essentially shapeshifters. However, the details that you find in the books specifically tell you that werewolves can only transform based on a cycle of the moons. So it is essentially a curse that was passed down from long, long, long ago by some sort of ancient and forgotten power that essentially curse these creatures to become uncontrollable, bloodthirsty beasts whenever one of the moons that they had been cursed under kind of turns into a full moon. So it doesn't necessarily have the same type of cycles between all of the different werewolves. Some of them may do it whenever one of the moons is full. Some of it may do it when the other moon is full. Some of it may do it when either moon is full. However, it is almost exclusively locked behind that one of the moons being full. it's a curse. It responds specifically to certain types of magic and things like that. And this, from what you had seen last night, and what you had seen in Libra, this was very likely his first time experiencing it. And although it was extremely uncontrolled, from the way that you had seen the people getting less and less injured as you had gone by, you realize he probably has significantly more control over it than any other reported instances of werewolves. There's a chance that he may have gotten this in a form that is not a curse. But you don't
Interesting.
really have like solid proof for that. Typically,
do
it
I
would
think
still. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, if you go ahead, finish your thought. No, ask
Uh,
my question.
Yeah. So typically, it is passed through a bite. It is passed through blood transference or something very similar to that. However, this was not the case, or at the
Yeah.
very least, you don't think it was the case because there doesn't seem to have been any instance where Libra could have contracted this.
So do I think it could be at all have been activated by anything that we've been exposed to recently? Like any of these, like, the stone, the rune stone, the
Give
like.
me an insight check.
Oh, I'm bad at that. Okay, yep, bad at that.
You weren't sure.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to the nature, due to the change itself, due to how sporadic and how often your environment has changed, it could be anything, really. It could have been that circus. It could have been you guys got like watching
The
Neve almost
circus.
die from a gunshot. It could have been fighting those demons. It could have been anything that could have triggered it. Give me an intelligence check. Ooh. On a 21. That's good. You think
This is why I'm in a library. I'm smart. I'm a nerd.
yeah. Hey, it's a good thing. You think with the amount of research, with what you found, with what has been indicated before, Libra may not be just like a regular mercenary. There could have been some sort of event in his past that could have caused this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At this current moment, you have no idea what it might be, but
Yeah.
there's a chance.
Okay. All right. I will I don't know what the library card situation is here, but can I take out one of these books so I can
Sure, you could borrow the books so long as you return them.
okay, borrow a book.
So I'll tell you right now that this is post printing press, but not by much. As in the printing press was invented probably less than 100 years ago, but its use hasn't really been seen very widely because of the demonic incursions.
Okay. No, I promise, Pinky promised to bring it back, and I will bring the book that describes the classic werewolf curse the best to really show that this is something different, and head back to the inn.
Yeah, you kind of come back. There's this entire section on the book specifically is like a reference manual for all sorts of fantastical beasts, creatures, and things. And
Fantastic
there
Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah, exactly. No. There's yeah, it's just a large book. It's like almost like a mini bestiary on various different types of creatures, and you find information on the werewolf that you are fairly certain is pretty accurate, considering it's one that's kind of been referenced at least a few times. But yeah, the rest of you get all of this information kind of discerned to you as well. Was there
Well,
anything else that the rest of you wanted to try before Esther completed her ritual?
Rune just kind of crosses her legs and sits across from Esther, and not watches her intensely because I mean, I guess how would she notice? But try and just be there for moral support.
Mhm.
She probably doesn't need it, but
Uh,
it's
I
the
mean,
thought that
I
counts.
could count this as a help action for Esther whenever she rolls that insight check.
Yeah. Oh, she can also just use my guidance too.
Yeah, you could do both.
Okay, perfect. Moral support. Let's go.
Yeah.
Neve was also curious about Simon's idea that it might be related to the sliver. So I guess he's just kind of seeing if Libra's behavior changes at all when Simon is gone and when he comes back.
Does it, Libra?
No.
It appears for the most part that he is still locked in his own mind.
I go to the liquor store.
You certainly can. Are you looking to buy spirits, beer, or anything special?
He's probably a spirits guy. I don't think he ever had his first beer, but he's definitely had shots.
Sure, absolutely. Does he want something like really strong? Like
No, I'm looking for cheap shit whiskey that he can sip on and hopefully out of sight of everyone else.
Absolutely. You could get like 2 bottles for like 8 gold. Or sorry, 8 silver.
Fucking A. All right. He'll put down for 8 silver 2 bottles.
Yeah.
So
like
I could get
it's like 2 full 500 milliliter bottles.
So if I put down, what is it? Yeah, so if I put down a gold piece and 4 silver, I can get 4 bottles.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
I'll
why
do
not?
that.
I'll say they could give you a little bit of a discount.
Oh, okay. I mean, does that mean I can just put down a gold piece and get 4 bottles, or is that what? Like,
No,
what's
the gold piece and 4 silver is the discount.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you get 4
I
bottles.
mean, that's is that a discount? I mean, that's still just 16 silver.
It was
or 14 silver. No, you're right. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm doing math wrong.
Oh, that's all good. Yeah,
Oh.
you get it for 14 silver. You manage to get 4 like relatively large bottles of this clear, cheap, or actually no, it would be like a cloudy, weird, cheap liqueur. Like it doesn't really have a proper bottle like brand on the front. It just seems to be like some sort of like paper that's been tied to it. And on the paper you can see labeled local made whiskey.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You get back probably around the same time everybody else does. Give me an insight check, Esther. You have advantage and guidance from Rin.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. I'll actually roll first, and then I'll say what she is probably saying here.
Sure.
Because you see, at the very start of this game, I got a little notepad here. Put down a bunch of like prayers specifically for ceremony. Should I ever have to cast it? So you said an
Very nice.
insight check at advantage.
You've already beat the DC. You're good.
Oh,
You
you
can
know
roll
what?
me the
Well,
D4. See how much
I was
more
about to say,
above it.
fuck it, we ball.
Yeah,
just keep going. I
Get
like
that
it.
28. Get that 28.
1d4.
It's a 25.
25, take it or leave it.
That's
Leave it.
pretty good. You got 10 above the actual DC itself. So, I'm going to tell you this right now, Esther.
Yes.
Give me one moment. The rest of you watch as Esther begins to say these words. What does Esther say as she's kind of finalizing the ending portion of this ceremony?
Let's see. Well, since we're doing kind of a modified atonement, she would basically like throughout the like hour and so, she's not really been saying much, kind of just muttering to herself as she casts the spell. But basically, in like the last minute of the cast, as it actively like, I guess, becomes magical, she would basically say, the by the moon's pale light, by the dying stars of the night sky, by the thread yet uncut, I call upon thine mind not yet lost. And we'll try and, I guess, not make him catatonic.
Okay. As you place your hand on his forehead, you cast this spell forth with these words bringing out. The rest of you see her cloak and kind of clothes begin to billow, her hood. This unknowing source of wind begins to almost like stem from the area around. And as this power surges forward, you see this bright glow appear on like the forehead of Libra. And Esther, in that moment, your mind fades from where you are. And instead, I would like you and Libra to join me in secrets.
Oh no,
boy.
bro.
Oh
welcome.
boy.
All right.
I can't wait.
At this moment, as soon as the spell is cast out, Esther, you watch as whatever vision you would normally have fade away. And instead, actual vision returns to you for ever so brief a moment. As you glance around, it is a strange, darkened room that you find yourself in. In front of you, what can only be described as an operating table seems to sit at the center of this room. Everything else around it pale in darkness, with nothing around. It feels strange, but you can give me an insight check. You have no idea why you're here, what this is, or who lies upon this table. As you see a young blonde boy on the table, arms strapped down to the sides, legs strapped to the actual table itself, head strapped down with this large leather binding, the chest bound across the actual table itself, and this searing set of letters and numbers carved into the left arm, specifically on the back of the left palm. You see the numbers and the letters EX7W3 written across the back of his hand, as you see what appears to be a tall, skinny man with a mask upon his face, a hood drawn over the rest of his body, and these strange arms and armaments that seem to kind of like float off the side of his body, that seem to each be holding this strange set of instruments. And you hear him say, "I think the boy is ready." And something in the darkness replies, "Then do it. What are you waiting for?" "Yes, sir. With great pleasure." As you see a scalpel come down from one of the floating kind of arms and appendages, and it slices into the boy's forehead as you hear him begin to scream. And in that moment, Esther, you realize that you can do something about it. As right beside you, you stand beside a horrified Libra.
As in, like, I can interact with the world, or
You see Libra is currently standing right beside you, and you can see that he is transfixed on this interaction, this event that happened.
gotcha.
You can feel the power well up in your hand, and you can see it glowing from the ceremony spell.
Yeah, I would assume I can't, like, obviously, like, fuck this guy up here, so I'm simply going to kind of take my hand and kind of walk next to Libra, which I don't know if he's able to see me or will be able to see me, but I like to imagine that for these visions and almost, well, vision-like states like this, that she does not have her veil on. And so she'll kind of walk up with the kind of glow in her hand and kind of place it upon the back of his head and basically like pull him away from like kind of watching,
Libra.
and then basically
Transfixed.
like
Oh, sorry. Go
pull
ahead.
him into a, I guess like kind of like pull him into a hug, and put his like head into my shoulder, basically, or his face rather into my shoulder.
And Libra, you've been reliving this fragment of a memory of which you know is yours but feels distinctively alien. This shouldn't be you. Why would those letters be here? Why would those numbers be here? What this doesn't make any sense. You were never blonde. This can't be you. But the more you watch it, the more you observe, the more you realize that this has to be you. How else would you remember this? How else could you remember any of it? But you feel a light tug at your side, and a spectral figure of who you can only assume to be Esther appears at your side. And you could feel this moment of of being transfixed, of this almost forceful rewatching of this memory fade. Do you let her pull you into a hug?
Yeah.
Right. And as it does, the world fades, the memory fades, the pain, this feeling of emptiness, this feeling of being transfixed, it's at the very least, for this moment, gone. As you both find yourselves once again back in the lobby of the hotel. Let's head back to the other call.
I heard about like a dog that like went a little like a little crazy town because it like
Hello.
stepped
Reminder
on
that we're now on
a
stream.
rogue needle.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're on story. We can't talk about
Whoa, whoa,
dog.
whoa, 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 whoa. But we are back as you see Esther kind of with her hand glowing place it upon Libra's forehead, which also begins to glow. You can see for a brief moment that this kind of like distant look Libra has almost intensifies before it softens. And you watch as Esther pulls Libra into a hug. Libra, how are you feeling?
There is, I think it is probably just immediate, obviously not literally in terms of game mechanics exhaustion, but definite exhaustion as he's kind of pretty much not moved a single inch in quite a while. So definitely just exhausted.
The rest of you watch as Libra, at the very least, seems to find himself once again back in his proper mind. Though there is this, well, yeah, exhaustion that seems to have taken over his entire body.
Is there anything we can do for you? We can go grab you a tea, or I don't know. some booze, whatever you want.
I think Giancarlo already grabbed the booze.
You
But
do see
that's okay.
Giancarlo like a little bit away, sipping on some whiskey.
And plus, like, he drank out of the bottle already. Like, I don't know.
No, I didn't. I
have your own.
waterfalled it.
Okay, well, you're
I'm
allowed
not
to
a
have your own.
barbarian. Just holds the bottle up and drops a little bit into his mouth.
You know, I think after what you've gone through, and I'm not sure really actually what you've gone through, you're allowed to have your own bottle. We can go fetch you one.
I put down the other 3 bottles in front of me. All right, if anyone wants some, I got some more.
He's only this charitable with you.
Yeah, none of the other of you should drink this. This is all just for me and him. I'm kidding. Drink whatever you want. I don't care.
Just tired.
I bet. You feeling a little better?
I suppose.
That's all you can ask for.
It's good to see you back.
Do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
Nodding sympathetically.
Not to prod, but do you know why?
I can make assumptions.
Well, you know, we don't need to pry right now. You can tell us when you're ready. She just like smiles awkwardly and looks at everyone else like, yep, we're gonna wait, right?
Yes, we should give him time to
Yeah.
rest. I doubt that sitting upright like that for hours is beneficial for one's health. I sat there for about an hour and 10, 15 minutes, and that was a pain in of its own right. So
Yeah, I'd go lie down, bud. You need it.
Yeah. You know what? Why don't we all exit their room and we'll check up on you later.
Can we get the guy some water?
I mean, yes, we can.
Yeah.
We did
Water,
offer.
breakfast in bed, whiskey,
Yeah.
tea.
After some time, you guys get a set of breakfast entrees. It's bacon, eggs, sausage. They even have like pancakes and stuff. You guys get some freshly squeezed prune juice.
Oh,
There's
Oh dear.
Oh, to make him. I didn't
Do
realize he
we
had a
think
problem with that.
I didn't realize while he was catatonic, he also was constipated.
That's what I
why do you
thought.
think he was
hey,
catatonic?
prunes are local. It's difficult to get other fresh fruits in any sort of real ways. So
Everyone here has
you make do.
awesome bowel movement.
Well,
Absolutely
for Giancarlo's
amazing.
sake, can we like dilute the prune juice? Like not give him like a
Rune
concentrate,
is
right?
very concerned.
Like I just feel like it's rude. We're like gassing up this room for what?
He drinks one cup of it and then like instantly locked in the bathroom for like an hour.
Yeah. No sleep had.
No, but
Take a bath too.
it's relatively nice. You guys enjoy a bit of time at the very least to fade away from the night's troubles. Eventually, after a couple of hours, you do see that Alkan kind of shows up at the hotel and pulls all of you together into a group. Okay. So, Are all of you okay? What happened? What's your scars?
I patched the window. She doesn't know anything happened. We look fine.
No,
Great
she's
even.
looking at Libra. She's like,
Oh,
where's your scars go?
We
That's
found
crazy,
him
right?
the best bio oil. It's so good. It's crazy. Black market stuff, I swear.
Give me
they're
The
raving
fuck?
about it.
You guys can give me a group deception check.
I am
Thinking about
absolutely not
him.
helping at all.
I'm not helping at all. Yeah, no, this is all her lie.
I'm just gonna bring this down.
And she just kind of looks. Okay, all right. I mean, sure. I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna question it. You guys look great. You look great. Oh, what I was actually here for. I managed to find a way to properly track this. I mean, I'm ready to go whenever you guys are. The source of this book, she kind of pulls it out of her bag of holding because she's like gingerly pulled it slightly out, and she's like, the shard's not here, right?
It's in another dimension,
Okay, cool.
technically.
Yeah.
I guess.
You kind of see she pulls out the book and then she casts a spell over it. And all of you can give me an Arcana check for those of you who are familiar with spellcasting.
Not at all. So I'll stay out.
Entirely fair.
Same here.
I will say that yeah, so Simon, Esther, the two of you kind of recognize what spell this is. It's very similar to like locate object. However, it's like a modified kind of different version that either she created or has been modified to fit the specific requirements of this. But essentially, she says that she's found a path. I mean, if we can at the very least trace the origin of where this thing came from, we can stop whatever it is that it's spewing out into the world. I know that there's a few things that we wanted to potentially investigate up in Dreamforth as well if you guys wanted to go. So I'll leave the decision up to you guys if you want to, head to wherever the source of this thing is, or if you wanted to potentially head up to Dreamforth and see if there's anything that we could do potentially for the people up there.
Sorry. What direction is the origin of this thing?
Well, from what I've seen, it seems to point in a slightly northwestern direction. I don't have an exact location, and it's just essentially a path that we're going to have to follow.
Well, perhaps it's on the way to Drearporth.
Well, that would be a very lucky coincidence, and we could, bust out 2 birds with a stone. But I have a feeling I might not be.
You could take out a bear with a stone?
2 birds.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Got a figure of speech.
Yeah, it's a saying.
why do speeches have figures?
I can't with her right now. Yeah, we'll go whenever, please.
I mean, what's the decision? Do you want to go to Dreamporth, or do you want to go follow the traces of this?
Whatever the smart answer is. I'll just give her a thumbs up.
She just looks at you. You have never seen someone look at someone else as incredulously as you have at this moment.
That's the smartest thing I've said all week. Are you kidding?
Uh-huh.
Probably
She
why
turns-
she's so upset.
She turns to the rest of you.
Where on the map is she talking about?
She just says northwestern direction.
The northwestern direction.
Like, just generally checking a map, it looks like it might point us towards, at the very least, Halig, but I don't know if it'll go that far.
Is it easy to get over this mountain range?
Absolutely not. The only real part that allows people to travel through that is actually through Coldrain. Give me a history check.
No problemo.
Okay,
Just
absolutely
Simon?
fantastic. This would just be for Simon because Simon is from Coldrain. You know that the Dreeporth Plains are incredibly difficult to traverse. They are almost constantly covered in either blizzards or some form of just like frozen hell. It is incredibly difficult to travel there. However, the city of Coldrain and Halig are actually connected by a singular magical highway uh, on the actual side of the mountains themselves, that they were devised a long time ago. This magical highway allows you to travel from Coldrain to Halig in just approximately a couple of days, in specific carriages made for that highway. However, it's not as well maintained as it was 75 years ago, because a lot of the people, a lot of the engineers and a lot of the people who were like really well to know about that specific highway system and cart, well, they were killed, unfortunately, approximately 75 years ago. So while it still functions, it's probably not as safe as it used to be.
Do we know if the signal is coming from below or north or south of the mountain range? Because that will be important. Because if it's north, then
It's
we-
kind of like a
we'd
compass
waste
at this
time.
moment. At this moment, it's
We-
kind of like a compass. I don't know exactly where it would be coming from.
Then maybe we should just head north until the compass points west. Does that make sense?
That's not a bad idea. And then we could potentially go to Coldrain if we needed to. Or if it's
We need
not
to
as
figure out
far back.
the latitude that we are looking for, else we're gonna get stuck.
That's a good idea, yeah. Especially since Dreeporth is, so difficult to traverse.
A nice walk along the water. Or carriage ride, preferably.
Give me a nature check or a survival check.
No, I mean from Ashfell to Cauldron, not Cauldron to Helling, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
This is for that path.
Okay. But I did it. Oh, wow. That was lucky.
Wow.
Pretty good. You do know that while the path is paved in some portions, it does actually go through wilderness in some others, because Coldrain actually doesn't rely a lot on imports and exports by ground because they have airships.
We have airships? That's crazy. Nice.
You do.
Do they fly now?
Well, they do fly.
Wait, can
I
we get
hate
an
you.
airship? Yo, can we get an airship? Archon, please.
We
Please.
spot in
Do you see airships here?
Oh,
Give me a perception check.
Oh yeah, we're Fortnite dropping in there again.
Oh my god.
do I see airships here? Let me roll it. Oh, I was hoping I rolled low so that he could say maybe.
Maybe. No, you haven't seen any airships dock in Ashfell, at least not recently. You do know
but
that one of the
yeah, right.
areas in Ashfell is capable of hosting airships. However, you haven't seen
Oh.
any dock near, at least not in the last couple of days that you've been here.
We can get one. Neve can pilot it. It's basically like a ship on the water, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Pilot?
definitely. Just
The most
like
incredulous look.
water.
Yeah, can I copy Alcon's look?
Yeah, whatever Alcon was giving me, I give back to Simon.
Just the exact same. You guys got like 3 people looking the exact same at Simon now.
Blink, blink.
So we head
So
north.
north? Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to do in the city before we head out?
Yeah, I gotta stab a guy.
Sorry?
Yeah, no, it's something to do with the, I don't know, some gang here. They're threatening us. I gotta stab a guy.
Is that important?
I mean, if we want to come back, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Can I
I mean,
turn the
you
look
would be
now,
fine, but
please?
Sorry, could you repeat that, Simon?
No, I'm just returning the look as best as I can with my robot face back to Giancarlo. The
Yeah,
incredulous
this
look.
completely static robot face looks back at you.
I'm trying.
You see Simon
It's the
draws
te-
eyebrows on himself.
It's the Linus Tech Tips there.
True. I think that can wait, unless you really needed to get that done.
I mean, how scary are the mafiosos here? I don't know.
Well, let me give her a D20. Where's my D20? Haha, I have a new container for my D20. Fresh from my new 3D printer.
Oh, fancy.
That's a natural one. Fuck. She looks at you.
They're not threatening.
Mafiosos?
You gotta know. We're from Femdel. You have to know.
Yeah, but I'm not from Asheville. I don't know who's here. I don't know who runs the underground here.
Right, yeah. So like someone's obviously, doing bad shit here. They're just not as scary as Femdel.
Yeah, which means
Like, they're
don't have to
amateurs.
stab
Trust me, they're
them.
amateurs, but like,
Then why are you scared of them?
okay. I'm not scared of them. I'm scared
You sound like
for
you're scared
these
of them.
people. I'm not scared of them. I'm trying to avoid problems.
Avoid problems. I think leaving avoids that problem.
All right, well, if we ever need to come back here and they come to stab us in the night, you'll know why.
Hey, you can blame me at that point.
I will. I will do that. Fine. Yeah, we can leave. Whatever. Fuck it.
She kind of rolls her eyes, looks back at the rest of you. The rest of you get to leave.
Well, we'll probably want to wait a little bit
Oh,
for
yeah. Well,
Libra.
how expensive are potions again? Are they very expensive?
Potions are 50 gold each. For standard
Awesome.
healing
I'll go
potions.
buy one.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, give me an investigation check just to see if you could find anything else on top of potions, if you so wish. Yeah, you find a singular small apothecary place that sells like 2 potions of healing. That's it. Like they don't really have any exceptional stock. The rest of the stuff is like teas, herbs, stuff that you could smoke. Nothing like
Really?
that useful. Yeah.
What kind of smoking paraphernalia do they have?
You can see that they have like pipe weeds. You can see that they have a variety of other kind of like minor hallucinogens. It's nothing that would be like insane, but it looks like it's all relatively legal, maybe grown in his backyard kind of stuff.
Anything I would recognize?
Give me a nature check.
Do I have advantage because I'm a criminal?
Absolutely not.
Worth a shot. No, fuck no.
I mean, he describes to you one of the things that is relatively common. It's literally just called pipeweed. And it's relatively common and a lot of people smoke it because it gives it's like a minor what is it called?
Like a salvia?
It's more like a less potent version of weed.
Okay.
Like it just helps you relax. It's just it's called pipeweed. It's a bit of a painkiller, it's a bit of a relaxant. It helps,
All right. So if the potion would be 50 gold, right?
The potion is 50 gold, yes.
And how much would be for a pipe and something a little more exotic than pipeweed, but still just kind of chill?
The pipe itself, I'd say, is probably 5 silver. For the actual other stuff, unfortunately, they don't really have anything that's really like any stronger than pipeweed, mainly because
not necessarily stronger, but just different. Like, I'm not looking for Pepsi. I'm looking for Dr. Pepper. You know what I mean?
Homie's out here at a weed dispenser or a THC dispensary asking for crack cocaine.
Yeah.
You guys got any meth?
The apothecary just looks at you. No, I don't know.
I'm kidding. I didn't.
He does give you something called meadow sweets.
Mellow
it's
sweets. Okay.
Meadow Sweets. So MEADOW sweets. It's like a poultice, and essentially when you like rub it on your body, it chills that area down. And it kind of like relaxes the nerves and almost reduces your body temperature in that specific area so like it's like a bit of a tingly feeling.
Okay. Is there anything I could smoke that's other than pipeweed, or is it just the pipeweed that's smokable?
In
That's
this
really what I'm looking
apothecary
for.
shop, unfortunately, only pipeweed.
Okay, so instead of the meadow sweets, I'll get the pipeweed.
Okay, yeah. The pipeweed is like you could get tons of it for like 2 gold.
Okay. And you said it was how much gold for the pipe? Oh, it was 5 silver. Okay.
Yeah, 5 silver.
Okay, so I'll get the 1 potion, and I will get the pipe and a good chunk of pipeweed.
Sure. Yeah, you managed to get a bunch of those. But yeah. Did you just use all your platinum?
I used a good chunk of my platinum. I had 7. Now I have 2.
5 platinum is 50 gold. Oh, right. You were using it for the potion. Right. Sorry. I thought you were talking. For some reason, I thought you were just buying that amount of pipeweed, and I went, holy shit.
Hell no. You said 2. You said 2 gold. So
yeah, it was 2 gold for a
2,
solid amount. Yeah, it was 2 gold for a solid amount of it. You didn't need to. Yeah. Okay.
I'll take your entire.
And then I had to break 1 gold for the 5 silver.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Is there anything else that anybody else would like to try and kind of find or buy within the city before you guys leave?
I probably would have done this yesterday when I went to get my new sword, but I am going to sell my shield.
Sure. Yeah, you can sell it for half the price.
4 gold. Yeah, I apparently had that still, so I'm just going to sell that. I'll probably get a spear just to have one, but yeah,
Sure.
that'll be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Easy.
5. Yeah, no. Outside of that, I'm kind of just like, I'm probably like as we're about to leave or like getting ready to leave, I'll just kind of like out of the side, kind of look down at my gear, probably like put my other bag of silver in there, and then I'll just kind of like vaguely gesture to a small prayer book and just say, finally get to put that to use.
Nice. Sorry, I was reading something else. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to do? Or are you guys
Not
basically
really.
good?
No,
Okay.
yeah, root's fine.
I will state one thing for everybody to know is that Libra is now 7 foot tall.
Oh.
Oh.
He's grown a solid 5 inches overnight.
Whoa.
Is that going to be a problem for our carriage? Are we going to have to rent a carriage XL?
No, but we're gonna have to beat the ladies off with a stick.
Okay, fair.
You see how Khan just kind of looks at him? And you go taller. What happened last night?
Growth spurt.
It's the
growth spurt.
serum. The serum is just so good.
Was it? You got to get me some of that. Oh my god.
I know.
Do you need to be taller, Elkin? You don't
like
really
to
strike
be.
me as someone. Why?
I don't know. I'd like to be taller than you at least.
Okay.
Oh my.
How tall are you, Giancarlo?
He's fucking. I think he's like 5'8". I don't remember. Hold on.
Oh,
yeah, he's 5'8".
Alcana's like 5'4". She's
you're a manlet.
Yeah, he'll be just kind of like poking her forehead, like, yeah. You want to be taller than me?
Are they flirting again?
He's a child. No,
I'm not a child.
You are.
I'm legal in every city.
I would hope he's not a child.
Not an elven city.
Do different cities have different laws about that?
I imagine
they
elves
do
are a little
actually. It's a
different.
little bit complicated. The Elven cities, well, technically, in consideration of their laws, you're not really considered an adult until you're about 150 years old. For a lot of different places, including like gnomes, you're not actually an adult until you actually complete your first scientific experiment. So the range is,
I'm gonna be a kid forever.
You're human, right?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Yep. We expect less from you at your age.
Yeah, she's right.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
What? It's true.
I'm just saying.
No, not you. Her. I am fully capable. I am an adult just like you.
To say that you and I are the same level of adult is very generous, but also humorous.
All right. Next time you need my help, I'm gonna be too busy being a kid and running away. How about that?
That sounds like something a
Just
kid
kind
would
of,
say.
just kind of shrugged.
Does that improve your
In
okay?
a combat scenario, it is actually generally expected for the children to be the ones to be protected and flee, and then the women second, and then the men last.
All right. So when it comes to saving lives, I'm priority number 1. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm merely saying that I do fully expect you to flee and grovel behind us at any given moment.
I hate to
All
ask,
right.
but I noticed that analogy didn't exactly include Simon.
Oh,
Yeah. How old are
that
you, Simon?
I don't. How do you? Are you asking? What the oldest one of my parts is?
how many
What?
how many years have you has your consciousness been with us here?
But do you measure my age from my consciousness or from how long I have been put together?
A mix of both. You see, most mortals, we have this funny little thing where we don't really remember anything post like 4. So, you kind of just appear one day when you're like 4, and then that's like the start of the memory of your existence, but you're technically still around for a short time but prior.
Oh, I understand. My creator made me about 25 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Huh? What do you
Simon's
mean?
older than you.
Yeah. This is a load of bullshit. This is fucking bullshit.
I'm gonna
And
go get our cart.
I
For the
don't suppose
first,
we ever really like clarified one way or the other, but I mean, given your would species be the proper term? I don't know. But like, would you say that
make and
you
model,
are
thank you very much.
sure? Would you say that you are I guess a closer approximation of what we would call a male or a female
Hmm.
or something else?
Simon like looks down between the space between his legs.
I mean,
where
I'm
they're
pretty sure
like,
Simon's wearing pants, right?
yeah,
Robo
but
wiener.
still.
The rest of you watch as
Simon,
Simon just
if
pulls open their pants.
no, I don't pull open.
What the
I look at the space. I'm just like glancing toward that area.
You checking your
And
equipment, bud?
if exactly if Simon could blush, he would. I suppose I feel that I've always been called with the same words that you would a boy,
Well, there you go.
but I was not actually really referred to as a independent sort of free-willed creature up until only a few years ago. I was
You
kept
too, huh?
in really one room and I graded papers and helped students with their work. And that was my purpose.
Of course, the
So
professor used AI to grade papers.
I'm ChatGPT, essentially.
They can't keep getting away with
Hey Simon, how do I cook a salmon? No.
Hey Simon, is this
That's a
true?
great question. I'm really proud that you're doing something like that. What? I just have to like lather compliments on you. Yeah, my
Simon's just
filter
gonna put
is
M
like
dashes and
very.
everything.
Man, I hate AI for that exact reason. Use one M dash and suddenly your
You're
professor's like,
AI.
this is clearly AI. It's like, shut the fuck up. I know how my language works.
I don't think they do. But it's fine. But yeah, as you guys kind of spend the last little while getting ready to leave the town itself, we'll call this session here. And next session, we'll pick up with you guys delving into the wilderness once more, following Alkan's compass to try and see where it is